My name is Amber Poihipi. I'm from Ohai, Southland. That's where I live. I'm currently up in Alexandria working for Mouse O'Neill for Prelam, and I am a WOMOlife trainer. I've been in the wool industry for about 16 years. I started off when I was at high school, just doing it in the school holidays. Um, I went away and studied travel tourism business after high school, but when I graduated, I soon realized that that's not where I wanted to be. And I came straight back to the wool harvesting industry because I just love that I can show up every day as myself. I get to meet new people and travel around. And I just knew that if I was going to follow my other path in the travel industry, I couldn't be myself, and I didn't want to change who I was just to fulfill that job role. So that's how I started in the shearing industry. My grandfather was a shearer, and my grandmother also was a wool handler back in the 80s and early 90s. They stopped working in the wool industry when I was a young kid, back in the early 90s. But I was always surrounded by the shearing industry as I was living in Ohai, and that was a really thriving shearing town back in the days. There was a contractor there called Albert who used to run about 22 gangs out of that little town. So I was always surrounded by people who worked in the wool industry. I swore I'd never come into the industry because I just thought, no, I don't want to do that. But here I am, and I love it. I just love it. And I also, an older woman called Tunis Rada, she sort of took me under her wing when I was younger because I was living on my own and I was going to high school. And she mentored me right from the start, right from when I knew nothing. She taught me everything I knew in the industry. After my first main shear, I came up to Cromwell and worked for Daryl Ainsley. And I was taught by Greta Henare and Joel Henare. And I was lucky enough to be exposed to a lot of guns back in the day. I was taught by Joanne Kumiro. I learned from Tina Rimini. I worked with Uthi Mason, and many, many more other big names. So I was really, really lucky to be exposed to some of the best in the industry at a young age. Yes, I do compete. I follow the South Island wool handling circuit. I was a bit late coming into the shows because, again, I thought, no, that's something that I didn't want to do. But as I got older, and actually realized how awesome I was at it, I started competing. And some of the greatest achievements that I've had to date in the shows is, number one being I won the Golden Shears in my first year of being in the senior wool handling. I won the Lumsden show in my first year of being in the juniors. I also won the Waimate show 2 years in a row in the seniors, as well as the South Island circuit 2 years in a row in the seniors. I won the Gore show, and now that I'm up in the opens, I came fourth in my first open show that I competed in. So they have to be some of my greatest achievements in the show competitions. Some of my greatest achievements, apart from all of my winnings in the shows and competitions, have to be becoming a WOMOlife trainer. It's definitely one of my biggest achievements. It's something that I always wanted to do. And so when this opportunity arose, I just jumped at it straight away. Another one of my biggest achievements is completing my wool technology and classing certificate. I've completed it, but I graduate in October this year, so that's another one of my biggest achievements. Also, just a couple of weeks ago, I got to go up to Omarama Station because we were working up there, and the classer there, Vanessa McAllister, actually gave me my first chance on classing some fine wools up there. So that has to be one of my biggest achievements yet. What else? Another big achievement is I managed to save $20,000 last year, something that I thought I wasn't possible, I didn't think was possible, but I managed to save $20,000 last year, bought my first car, BMW. So those are some of the biggest achievements for me so far. I'm really passionate about training people in the wool harvesting industry because this industry has provided so much for me. It's taken me around the world. It's kept me fit all these years. It's allowed me to meet new people. And I see the potential in this industry, and I just want to give back to this industry and help to raise all of our younger people up. People that may have no direction or maybe no idea of where they want to go. I want to be the one that creates that vision for them, so that they can sort of see what the potentials are for themselves, what they could possibly do in their lives. And I just love seeing, especially our younger generations coming up through the ranks and succeeding in life, making their own money, traveling the world, keeping fit, and making friends and connections while they're at it. So I'm that passionate. I just want to give back to the industry because it's given me so much in my life. I think WOMOlife makes it different from any other training provider out there because we have the whole package. We don't just teach shearing, and we don't just teach wool handling. We teach every aspect of the shearing shed, from the penning up to the pressing, even right down to nutrition, teaching basic life skills, communication. We have so much more to offer than just the basics of the shearing shed, because we take into consideration everything else, your mentality, your physicality, everything. And I wish that something like this was around when I was younger. Like, it would have helped me so much, especially when it comes to talking about saving money, how to understand your contracts, how to understand KiwiSaver, all of that kind of stuff, how to communicate properly with people, and just the simple things in life, the simple basic life skills that sometimes we don't get taught in life. So I just think that that's how we stand out amongst every other training provider out there. The advice that I would give to someone that's thinking about joining a WOMOlife course is just do it. Even if you think that you know it all, even if you think that you've had so many years experience. Me, myself, I've been in the industry for 16 years and I'm still learning new things. Even if you're skeptical, even if you think that it's not for you, I just think just get in there and give it a go, because you'll always take something away from it. I've watched so many people from the courses that we've run that come in and think, oh yeah, we sort of know it all, and then by the end of it they're like, oh my god, this was awesome, I took so much away from this on so many levels. So yeah, if you're sitting on the bench or you're thinking about doing it, just get in there and do it anyway. You can only take something away from it, and I think that knowledge and skills are power. So the more that you learn, the more knowledge and skills that you gain, the better it's going to be for your career all round and you as a person. The hopes that I have for the future of the wool industry is that I hope that we get more support and backup from the government. I personally think this is one of the biggest industries that New Zealand has to offer, and we can help so many people and so many young ones, who don't really want to go into an office job or all of that. I just think that we have so much to offer, and so getting supported by the government would be such a big thing. Seeing a lot more younger people coming back through the industry would be a really awesome thing to see, because we're running out of people and we just need more people coming into this industry. And that's why we're here to change the stigma around the shearing sheds and the wool industry. So I really, really do hope in the future that we get the support, not just for the training industry, but for our farmers, for our contractors, for our people in general. One fun fact about myself, I love online shopping. I know some people think it's a bad habit, but I do. I love online shopping, and I'm addicted to chocolate. I cannot live without chocolate, and music.